If you want to have a league that makes money and pays you millions of dollars, come over here to the XX League. Why will they listen? I've already told you. They need leverage. Why not start a rival league? And now, there's two ways to do it. You could have a rival league that operates during the summer up against the WNBA, or you could have a rival league that starts now. These women already, half the WNBA right now is overseas playing in some foreign league right now because they don't make enough money during the WNBA season.
Imagine this. You're a WNBA player, grinding it out for years, and suddenly a rookie comes in and steals all the spotlight. That's what's happening right now with Caitlin Clark. But here's the thing. It's not just about her. It's sparking a whole conversation about pay, media attention, and even a possible new league. Want to know how this could change women's basketball forever? Let's talk about Clark's debut game against the Connecticut Sun. You know what's crazy? It pulled in 2.1 million viewers on ESPN.
Miller Cardosa, I can't remember what country she was flying off to go play. Maybe it was China, I can't remember. But you think Camilla wouldn't say, oh, I don't have to leave the country and I can play basketball and I can get paid and I can play against other women only? I'm going to tell you who's going to do this. Saudi Arabia. Play in the XX League, where Caitlin Clark and that league will draw a better audience, more people in the seats than the WNBA, and I don't have to be a tool for politics.
That's the most watched WNBA game ever on the network. Insane, right? But that's not all. The whole league is feeling the Clark effect. Attendance is up 14% in just the first week of the season. TV ratings are through the roof. It's like Clark showed up and flipped a switch on the WNBA. Now, you might think all this attention is great for the league, but is it really? You might be surprised. There's a whole bunch of unexpected stuff happening behind the scenes. And trust me, it's not all smooth sailing. The spotlight on Clark is blinding, but it's casting some unexpected shadows.
The people running the NBA and the WNBA, they are idiots. They don't know how to maximize this Caitlin Clark gift. They don't know how to take advantage of this moment. Hey, we can do it. Or some foreign country is going to, they can see what I can see. Man, there's a lot of momentum behind Caitlin Clark and women's basketball. Adam Silver, Kathy Engelbert. Hey, you know what? America and Americans, they're so stupid. We'll go money whip a bunch of these women's basketball players and we'll start a rival league right there in America.
Ever wonder why some veteran players seem less than thrilled about all this attention? It's not just jealousy. There's a bigger story unfolding in the WNBA locker rooms. Caitlin Clark's explosive entrance into the WNBA isn't just about record-breaking stats and sold-out games. It's sparking a conversation that's making waves across the league. You'd think everyone would be over the moon about the boost in viewership and ticket sales, right? Well, not so fast. Here's the thing. While Clark's success is undeniable, it's stirring up some serious tension behind the scenes. Veteran players, especially black athletes who've been grinding for years, are feeling left in the shadows. It's like Clark showed up and suddenly the media forgot about everyone else.
We have a gift here in Caitlin Clark. Again, and I don't know fully where Caitlin Clark stands. She may be a closeted feminist. We don't do things that protect our interest in our way. We play defense. We just try to conserve. We don't build anything. That's what's going to happen because American men of great wealth have so little vision and so small balls. We don't do bold things.
That's not sitting well with a lot of players who've been the backbone of the WNBA for years. And it's not just about hurt feelings. This whole situation is shining a spotlight on some deep-rooted issues in the league. We're talking about race, representation, and who gets the media love. Some players are asking, why is all the attention on the new white player when we've got incredible black athletes who've been killing it for years? But here's where it gets really interesting. The WNBA's fan base is changing. Since Clark joined the league, there's been a big jump in white viewers. players. Now, on the surface, more fans sounds great, right? But it's raising some eyebrows about the racial dynamics in the league. People are wondering if this shift is going to change the WNBA's identity. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about pitting players against each other. Even Clark herself is uncomfortable with how this is playing out.
I think Caitlin Clark and her parents are smart. I think Angel Reese, all she cares about is money and attention. I know she went to Catholic schools. I know she's done a really good job of staying out of the racial politics and ducking and dodging all the race bait questions that they keep throwing in front of her. A Gino Ariema, who, again, never admitted publicly, but, he's the gold standard in women's basketball as it relates to coaching.
She straight up said she doesn't want her name used in these debates. Clark's take? Everybody in our world deserves the same amount of respect. The women in our league deserve the same amount of respect. She's not here for people using her success to push agendas. But let's be real, this goes beyond just one player. It's about how the media covers women's basketball as a whole. Some folks are calling out how questions get framed differently for Clark compared to her black teammates. It's like there's a whole different playbook for how they talk about white players versus black players. The crazy part? This isn't just locker room talk. It's spilling out into the open. Veteran players are speaking up, saying they're not getting their fair share of the limelight. They're pushing for equal coverage, equal respect, and equal opportunities. It's like Clark's arrival has opened up this whole can of worms about equity in sports media. So here's the deal. Clark's impact on the WNBA isn't just about breaking records on the court.
Caitlin Clark's incredible season has come to a storybook ending as she won the Rookie of the Year award.
You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of
Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it was a show. Her 769 points set a new rookie record, passing Hall of Famer Simone Augustus from her debut campaign.
It's sparking a whole revolution off the court. We're seeing conversations about race, representation, and respect that have been simmering for years finally boiling over. It's messy, it's complicated, but it might just be the shakeup the league needs. Now, here's where things get really wild. While everyone's talking about Clark changing the game, some folks are thinking bigger. Like, create a whole new league bigger. You know how some WNBA players have to jet off to other countries just to make ends meet? That might be about to change in a massive way. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. The WNBA's got a problem, and it's all about the Benjamins. Picture this, you're a pro baller, playing at the highest level in the States, but your paycheck's so small, you've got to hop on a plane to Russia or China just to make a living wage. That's the reality for a ton of WNBA players right now. But here's where Caitlin Clark comes in. This rookie's not just breaking records on the court, she's breaking the internet.
Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. Is it a big, I would tend to think Caitlin Clark doesn't care, but she probably does care a little bit. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
Smashing TV ratings and making people see dollar signs. And I'm not just talking about the league. There are some big-time investors out there who are looking at Clark and thinking, hey, maybe there's room for something new here. You're probably thinking, a new league? No way. But hear me out. Clark's not just popular. She's a phenomenon. She's bringing in fans who've never watched women's basketball before. And where there are fans, there's money. That's got some wealthy folks wondering if maybe, just maybe, there's an opportunity here. Imagine this, a brand new women's basketball league, one that pays its players enough that they don't have to pack their bags every offseason, one that's built from the ground up to take advantage of all the excitement Clark's bringing to the game. It sounds crazy, right? But crazier things have happened in sports. Here's the thing, this isn't just about Clark. She's the spark, sure, but the fuel's been there for a long time. WNBA players have been pushing for better pay, better conditions, more respect. And now, with all eyes on women's basketball,
the WNBA Rookie of the Year race was pretty much neck and neck for the majority of the season. But now, the league has officially crowned its queen. Caitlin Clark is your 2024 WNBA Kia Rookie of the Year. My girl averaged 19.2 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, and led the league with 8.4 assists per game. And that made her the first rookie to ever lead the W in that category. And I mentioned the Rookie of the Year race being tight throughout the season, but she ended up with 66 votes from a national panel of 67 sports writers and broadcasters.
Some people are thinking it might be time to throw out the old playbook and start fresh. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone start a whole new league when the WNBA is already there? Well, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. A new league could offer bigger contracts, better marketing, maybe even a more player-friendly schedule. It could be a chance to fix all the things that have been holding women's basketball back. But let's be real, this isn't a done deal. Starting a new league is a massive undertaking. You need serious cash, top-tier talent, TV deals, the works, and there's no guarantee it would work. But the fact that people are even talking about it, that shows just how big an impact Clark is having. Here's another wild thought. What if this potential new league doesn't replace the WNBA, but pushes it to be better? Competition can be a powerful motivator. If the WNBA suddenly had to fight for the best players, for fans, for TV time, that could light a fire under them to make some big changes. So here's the deal. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game on the court. She might be changing the whole landscape of women's professional basketball.
Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit.
People were actually watching her play basketball, so that added stress of the much bigger audience certainly came into play. I don't want to say scrutiny, but coverage is another way of lowering the bar. And I'm going to say this again. This is a Confucius mantra. The standards they set for you is what they really think of you.
We're talking about a potential shift that could reshape the entire structure of the sport. New opportunities, bigger paycheck, more attention, all because one rookie came in and set the world on fire. Clark's impact is undeniable, but the real game changer might be how the WNBA respond. Are they ready to ride this wave of excitement, or will they wipe out under the pressure? The league's facing a moment of truth, and their next move could reshape women's basketball forever. You know how they say success brings its own challenges? Well, the WNBA's living that right now, with Clark bringing in record-breaking crowds, the league's scrambling to keep up. Take the LA Sparks, for example. They just had over 16,000 fans show up for a preseason game. A preseason game! That's like having a packed house for a dress rehearsal. But here's where it gets juicy. The WNBA's top brass isn't just sitting back and watching. They're actually paying attention. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's been talking about how pumped they are about Clark and the other rookie superstars. She's all about those rivalries and new fans. In her words, "We're thrilled with Caitlin and the generational players that have come in." Now, you might think, great, they're excited, so what? Well, it's not just about being happy. It's about recognizing a golden opportunity. Engelbert's not mincing words. She's straight up saying that the WNBA's bringing in tons of new fans. And get this, she thinks that's way better than people not caring at all. Makes sense, right? But it's not all smooth sailing. The Sparks, for instance, hit some bumps when they moved games back to Crypto.com Arena. Fans who planned to catch the action in Long Beach were left scratching their heads. It's like the league's trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Exciting, but kinda risky. So what's the WNBA doing to keep this momentum going? Well, they're not just sitting on their hands. Teams like the Sparks are going all out to make games an experience.
Caitlin Clark's going to go, can you believe I didn't go unanimous? Now, I thought we would have unanimous MVP and unanimous Rookie of the Year. But it feels like all these voters are like, wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yes, polling. You got that with Asia Wilson, but Caitlin Clark all but won, and I don't think it's going to ruin her summer. I don't.
They're talking about creating a culture of hospitality at games. Imagine showing up to a game and feeling like a VIP, even if you've never watched basketball before. That's what they're aiming for. But it's not just about what happens inside the arena. The Sparks are pushing their players out into the community, trying to build that local connection. It's like they're saying, hey, these aren't just players on a screen, they're part of your city. Smart move, right? Now, here's the million-dollar question. Can the WNBA actually pull this off? They've got this massive opportunity staring them in the face. New New fans are pouring in, excitement's at an all-time high. But turning that into long-term success, that's a whole different ballgame. Think about it. The WNBA's been around for years, but it's never seen anything quite like this. They're at this crazy crossroads where they could either catapult into a whole new level of popularity or, well, let's not think about the alternative. It's like the league's got the ball in their hands, the clock's ticking down, and they've got to make the game-winning shot. Will they sink it and become the next big thing in sports? Or will they miss and watch all this excitement fizzle out? All right, let's wrap this up. Caitlin Clark's not just breaking records, she's shaking up the whole WNBA. We're talking massive crowds, new fans, and TV ratings through the roof, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some players are feeling left out, and there's talk about racial dynamics in the league. The WNBA is trying to ride this wave, but can they keep it up? They're working on making games more exciting and connecting with fans. But here's the real question. Is Clark the spark that's going to change women's basketball forever? Or is this just a flash in the pan? What do you think? Should the WNBA go all in on the Clark hype, or should they focus on spreading the love to all their players? The league's at a crossroads, and what happens next could be huge.